Your Honor, what I would further argue is that election is a business outside of the state, and that, like the Commonwealth has done for trial, they've had to issue.
This is really interesting. He's going to tell him Rexon Dash Camera is a company that's out of the state. Judge Weimer is going to tell him, well, if you're going to bring in if you need an expert, why don't you just subpoena the expert? Blake tells him, I just got all this information 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? You've been sitting on this case for a whole entire year?
So why did the prosecutor hide?
Exculpatory. I mean, Mustafa went through a whole bond motion, and you want to tell me that
They didn't tell
Blake
him,
Weiner?
They didn't tell him that the audio capability was turned on. They didn't tell him that Zymus found that there was audio. You don't think that's exculpatory?
Wait a minute. You're charging Mustafa with murder? Premeditated murder?
Arguing in the car.
Arguing inside the vehicle? And you just happen not to tell his defense attorney that's going through a whole entire bond motion that, hey, the audio capability in this dash camera, by the way, was turned on.
And it's his dash camera.
And it's his dash camera. He's had it for how long? 5 years? Over 5 years?
Unbelievable.
Oh, this person, this monster that wanted to commit this murder, by the way, left the audio capability is on. What are you talking about? Oh, let's not tell the lawyer that's arguing a whole entire bond motion.
Let me see. For anyone curious.
I don't think we're going home today. I think
probably not, to be honest.
I mean,
like,
we're going on a 5-6 hour podcast.
I keep saying it's cold. Let's push through it.
This is there's so much that's going on here. I don't want to go home yet.
Let me say this. Exculpatory evidence.
Should have gotten my like a sleeping bag.
Yeah. Exculpatory evidence is evidence that is favorable to a defendant in a criminal trial because it tends to excuse, justify, or absolve the alleged fault or guilt, or otherwise supports the defendant's innocence. That's what exculpatory evidence is. Exculpatory evidence may include statements, documents, physical evidence, or information that casts doubt on the defendant's guilt, creates reasonable doubt, or mitigates punishment. Now, we're talking about a prosecutor that says this man committed this crime, okay? And when he committed the crime, he was arguing and he was angry, and that's why he did it. And there's a dash cam. So, exculpatory evidence...
It just happened that the audio is not exculpatory evidence.
Exculpatory evidence...
Does that make sense?
Is everything in that fucking dash cam. Everything in that dash cam is exculpatory evidence because it could show that he's innocent. It could show that he's not arguing, number one.
I mean,
it could show that he had the audio capability turned on. It's his dash camera. I mean, that's his evidence. They had to get a warrant to get it. Okay? And even then, they didn't execute it properly. So that is 100% exculpatory evidence. And you never, as a Commonwealth attorney, who knows what exculpatory evidence is, you hid that information prior to bond. His lawyer could have went in and said, Your Honor, my client had a dash cam with the audio capability turned on, and according to the Prince William County investigators, it does have audio. So for the prosecutor to allege that there's an argument without any evidence is bullshit. It's bullshit. So right there on his face, that's exculpatory evidence. And this prosecutor hid that. That's a Brady violation. I mean, there seems to be a lot of violations here, to be honest with you. There's too many violations to count. I mean,
what more violation do you need than the investigator getting on the stand and a judge entertains that he violated the pharma policy?
I want to hear the part where he says...
Is that even a question?
I violated the policy. Is that a question?
He's so comfortable. He looks at the judge.
He's the judge's puppy.
Of course.
Little old Chad.
You know how terrifying that is? Like, you put that image in my head.
Well, being the judge's puppy can't...
Like a poodle.
Can't save you
from... Have you seen those little tiny dogs?
Federal jail time.
Like, have you seen those little tiny furry dogs with like the tail wagging?
Yeah. Let's go.
And they gave this puppy a uniform.
Unbelievable.
I believe this court can at least take this think that counsel discovered this information, this hearing was too close.
Couldn't someone appear today?
Judge Weimer just woke up.
Why can't they just come today?
Also, Your Honor, what I will argue, again,
Blake is gonna tell. I just got this information 3 weeks
I
ago.
don't actually believe that these the definition of assertion, a manual that is given or provided with respect to technology are not intended to be assertions within the normal definition.
It's hearsay. I'm not sustaining the objection. The out-of-court statement is altered, close to the truth, is not asserted. I've had the opportunity to warrant a continuance of this motion.
He's sustaining the objection. He's ruling in Sarah Sammy's favor, and he's telling him, "Well, why didn't you just get Rexon over here?" He's like, "I just got this information 3 weeks ago."
Let's listen.
And again, Your Honor, I just want to, for the record, that I do not have the ability to share anything in the short term.
When did you know?
72 hours ago, Your Honor?
72 hours ago.
2 hours ago, I mean what?
72 hours ago, I found this information.
Wow.
So for a good 3 weeks, he found this information 72 hours ago. He's been on Mustafa's case for over a year.
And he just found out.
72 hours ago. So he went through a whole entire motion,
He went through that bond hearing
a bond hearing, and
And that-
72 hours ago.
and was never given.
By the way, this is a year into it. Mustafa's supposed to go into trial 2 weeks later.
Unbelievable.
And
Yeah, keep going.
that's crazy.
When did you file your motion?
A month ago,
Well, when we started this, you didn't say that you needed you didn't say I needed a
When we started this, you didn't ask for anything.
with regard to this manual, and we're proceeding forward.
I understand, Your Honor, if I could just follow that for the record. I'm trying to make good use of the court's resources, and I believe that, number one, this motion turns into a full relevant area, number two, if the court finds that this information, does not meet hearsay exception, is not admissible, that for purposes of just this one issue, I would keep continuing on this one issue. We can put it over with the motion and all the other issues.
And when is it that you plan to hold the hearing on this issue? We have to file and roll over a month.
I mean, the judge is literally giving him a hard time for trying to admit the manual of Rexing into the evidence.
That's crazy.
He's giving him a hard time for it. He's saying it's public information. It's a public company. It's on the website.
That's crazy. And he's telling him, "I just got all this information 72 hours ago."
You want to withdraw the motion for the time being and refile it some other time?
Have you noticed that the judge is not even sympathetic to the fact that the officer is telling him, "I violated department
Yeah, I
policy"?
mean, that's
the
beyond.
dash camera doesn't have audio. I mean, as a judge, would you not want to get to
Pause
the
it.
bottom?
Like what you're saying is beyond what.
I mean, isn't this the same judge that you represented Mustafa as pro se and went up to him and told him, "Judge Carol Weimer, my brother is getting beaten up by a correctional officer inside this jail. All I want is for him to get medical so he can make it to his day in court." By the way, I have the whole proceeding from that court.
You have that one too?
I have every proceeding inside this court. I told Sheriff Glen Hill 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I've got eyes and ears inside your jail, inside your court. He didn't believe it. I've
Look,
got a
man,
whole
you're
entire
gonna go
video.
on a whole new tangent. I say let's
Entire podcast just for that video.
get back.
Hey, by the way, I think I just saw Sheriff Glen Hill roll
on.
into court. I swear to God, I
I know.
think Judge Weimer is telling him, "Why the hell is my audio all over the internet?"
Let's keep going.
He had one job.
Look, man, let's keep going.
But I would say, Your Honor, that the Commonwealth has subpoenaed them, so at the very least, we could conduct a very short hearing, it could take approximately 15 minutes to act on the day of trial. So, is this your manual, is this what it says in this section? There are
We're going to have queues, of jurors sitting around waiting for this matter forward.
He's going to tell him, you want to withdraw your motion and then file it. Blake is like, no, I'm just going to keep it. He knows once he withdraw it, he'll never get it back on the docket. Let's try, Weimer.
You want to withdraw your motion, refile it? I'm not telling you that I'll hear it.
I'm not telling you that I'll hear it. What the fuck?
Can you explain the protocol at this point in time?
That's crazy. I mean, I can't wait to get this audio to Mustafa's defense attorney. What's his name?
Brad Haywood.
Brad Haywood. I cannot wait for Brad to hear this.
I'm not saying I'm going to hear it. If
That
you
is crazy.
If you withdraw and refile it.
What do you have in mind that's specific?
Is it specifically in terms of dash cameras, or specific in terms to cell phones, in terms of computers? No, it's a general overarching policy when it comes to which.
Okay, so then what is it?
Gather, as kind of like gather the device and then give it to the digital forensics unit.
That's policy.
He's asking about the policy.
Do you have anything in the policy about removing information from the electronic devices?
Once again, that's all, sir.
Can you state whether or not there is any policy about removing it from the electronic device?
It will fall under the policy, which is fall what? Fall under the policy, which is that will go to digital.
He's telling him department policy is to give the SD card, give the dash
digital
camera
forensics.
to digital forensic. And the defense attorney, Blake Weiner, would ask him, so did you violate department policy? Yes.
When you took the SD
card.
card and took information off of a digital device prior to giving it to digital forensics.
Did you follow the chain of custody? No.
Okay, so let's listen.
But you can't say for sure whether or not the department has any policy about, for example, saying, don't remove cards, the manual or something like that.
No, so I heard you just say the policy is to give the digital forensics.
It's like I heard what you say.
Oh,
Is it fair to say that you did not follow policy because you did more than that?
Yes, sir. Once again, that policy, that policy is a one-line policy that I wasn't aware of that.
I wasn't aware of that.
Hey, police
Hold on.
officer.
It says so you did not follow policy.
Another question?
Is that even a question?
Wow. You know, you have to rewind that a little bit. Like we're not going to interrupt it. Okay, I want to hear the whole thing.
Is it fair to say that you did not follow policy because you did more?
You want to rewind it a little bit?
No, that's enough.
Do you have anything in the policy about removing information from the electronic devices?
Once again, that's all, sir.
Can you state whether or not there is any policy about removing it from the electronic device?
It will fall under the policy, which is fall what? Fall under the policy, which is that will go to digital.
But you can't say for sure whether or not the department has any policy about, for example, saying, don't remove cards, the manual or something like that.
No, so I heard you just say the policy is to give the digital forensics.
And so, is it fair to say that you did not follow policy because you did more than that?
Yes, sir. Once again, that policy, that policy is a one-line policy that I wasn't aware of that.
Okay, so you did not follow policy. And are
Another
you,
question?
I was just confirming.
Okay, so,
Can you confirm you did not follow policy?
I know, I'm very learned, correct.
So let me get this straight. You're sitting in front of a judge. You're on the stand. You're sitting in front of Judge Carol A. Weimer. And then you're being asked, did you follow department policy? And you flat out tell the defense attorney, I didn't follow department policy. What exactly are we talking about? We're talking about the most crucial piece of evidence. The dash camera that's today is missing audio and is cut before impact, and it has 17 frames missing from the dash camera facing inside the vehicle. I did not follow.
By the way, 21 gigabytes also missing.
21 gigabyte missing from this dash camera. And then you sit in front of Judge Carol Weimer, and you're the one that's upset because because you're being asked.
Because you're being